Hello everybody, as I'm recording this, I just hit 1.5k subs, so the Q&A would be happening before this, but thank you very much for the 15k subs, and let's get into the video. Previously on If I Rebooted Super Smash Bros., I introduced the 4 DLC fighters from the original game, my way, which are DK, Elir, Isaac, and Ganondorf. So today I will be showing the Melee cast as I promised. I have shown it already on my Discord. If you want to eat like early stuff to it, please go watch the Discord. Go on the Discord. There's a Discord group that I own, and I don't really have much on it, but it's the best I can do. So yeah. I have a specific order from this. We're going from number 17 all the way up to 36. There are 20 new fighters. 9 will go in the next installment. But for our DLC fighters, we already know what they are because they're 33 to 36. So I'm now going to show you the maps which are going to stay because I'm literally going to keep like 10. So we will be keeping Princess Peach's Castle. Then we got Hyrule. We got the Metroid Prime 4 planet, the Great Fox, Pokemon Stadium, Dreamland, Luigi's Mansion, the Great Big Blue, the Bonanza Core, and finally Paldea. Those will be the 10 that we'll be saying, but for the other maps, they won't be coming back. All the rest of these are new maps, starting off with Battlefield and Final Destination finally being added, because I bet they were gonna be requested. So I decided to put them in, and now it's time for the fighters. So number 17 is Number 17, Princess Peach. She will be the first new fighter, and of course she is. She's a fan favorite, and she'll keep the exact same movements and all the attacks that she had in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So yeah, and that's all I really have to say because she's too iconic, and I don't want to change anything about Peach. But now it's time. Well, actually, I want to replace the golf club with a Toad, and Toadsworth gets more inclusion. But that's it, and we're gonna go to number 18. Number 18 is self-explanatory from the Fire Emblem universe. It is Marth. Of course I would choose Marth. Marth is one of my favorite Fire Emblem characters in Super Smash Bros. Of course I would choose him. But like, so why did I decide on Marth and why not Roy or Ike or Crom or any other? I just think Marth is just too iconic. So yeah. So now it's time for number 19, and it is from a brand new franchise, which is Little Mark, which will take more inspiration from Punch Out by having other costumes from the other boxes, and will basically have their outfits on. So I don't know the names since I'm not watched Punch Out, but he could also have like a pizza outfit on to represent the movie because there's the Punch Out Pizzeria where Mario and Luigi tried to impress Spike. No, I'm not making Spike a Smash character. But it's time for our first change. Number 20, Bowser. He will have the majority of the same moves, but I would like to change his Final Smash. Because I do love Giga Bowser, and I know you all do, but we need a refresh. And my idea is the one, the only. The one, the only. Paper Mecha. Actually, I don't even know. I can't remember the name. It's basically Mecha Robot Bowser, but awesome. Promise you, I didn't show that off for long just because I didn't want to get copyright by Nintendo. So yeah. So one important thing, I will now be showing the stages for these next characters, which will fit the other couple spots. So for the final two spots at the top, I have chosen World 8. Well, it's basically World Bowser, or better known as World 8 in Super Mario 3D World, because I feel like we need to change from Princess Peach's Castle. This will be both Bowser's and Peach's stage. And of course, for Punch Out, I have chosen the one, the only Punch Out place, the boxing ring. Because who doesn't love the boxing place? It's one of the most iconic places. Of course, I had to include it at the top. So yeah, and I've decided to actually change my mind. I will be including Intopolis for this, but that does mean we have lesser spots for maps. So yeah, let's head on to our next place. Well, it's our next person, number 21, Pokemon Trainer. So his first costume will be red, but as soon as that, all of it changes, as I will be doing characters from the Japanese, well, the TV show, and characters that are way too iconic, and I wanted to include them including Ash Ketchum, Misty, Brock, Hop, Nimona, and finally Serena to fit out that 7 slots. I mean, including red, of course, and yeah. So yeah, that's all the spots I have for Pokemon, and of course, the three Pokemon would always be Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard. So yeah, and that's all I've got for Pokemon Trainer. It's now time for number 22. My apologies. For number 22, I have Starfy. I have chosen Starfy because it's a joke character. You have to have one of these joke characters. And instead of Jigglypuff, I have chosen to do the annoying Starfy from the assist trophies. I have chosen Starfy just because how funny and Luma-like Starfy is, but isn't even a Luma, which actually would really annoy some people off. So that's the good thing about it. So yeah, that's what I've got for Starfy, and basically got the same moves as in the assist trophy. So now it's time for number 23. For number 23, I have Wario, the legend himself. So, basically, I have him as my most powerful, well, he's one of my mains in Smash Ultimate, and I was thinking, if you really want Waluigi, you're gonna have to wait until you get Wario. And that's exactly why. Yes, that's what I've got as planned. So, yeah, that's what I've got for the one, the only Wario. And we'll have only, well, not only WarioWare attacks, but we'll also have Wario Land attacks as well. And in the final Smash, it won't have just it will just be a collaboration between Wario Land characters and WarioWare characters attacking all at once with Wario. So yeah, that's it for Wario for now. But for this next character, I've decided to go a little bit into third party. So, for number 24, from the hit series Final Fantasy, I chose the most popular choice, Cloud Strife, who will be the first of a couple of the Final Fantasy characters I have chosen. But of course not for this game, because I'm basically only doing one rap for now. So, there are more third parties. I only have 3 third party series in this, I know, but one of them is in Metal Gear. If you start thinking about it, it ain't gonna be Metal Gear. I have an idea, but it won't be for now. So, yeah. And Cloud will have the exact same moves as he has in Smash 4 and Ultimate. And in the final smash, instead of just including just him, we will have Tifa, Sephiroth. I like you could just be it could just be him, like the enemy being stuck into a duel with Sephiroth and Cloud. It will change if I include Sephiroth. Of course I will. He's literally my main. So yeah, that's what I've got for Cloud Strife, and let's go to number 25. Number 25, you already knew what would happen at this rate. It's because I have Link and Gandalf as Smash 1 characters. It's at this rate, I'm gonna have to add Zelda. Because it would be shocking if I didn't add Zelda in this. Because, first, it would have been funny. And second, it would just be cool, I guess. So, yeah. Yeah. And Zelda has the exact same moves, but will also keep the outfits. So, yeah. Number 26. From the amazing games of from the amazing games of sorry, 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 from the amazing games of and the order characters and basically will have three in this story. Um, something new that we have in ultimate system tweaks. There's going to be a brand new character. I'm going to number 23. So it was real on number 23, which is next. This have the exact same movement as one for special specialized and basically actually have the final which is I chose anything after respect amazing, it's amazing average. I feel the school stuff being people on it's books and tutorial because we're going to the days I will so they have been yes, we have the research attitude As I was saying, as I say, King DDD, the one and only, which will have the exact same movement as Smash Ultimate, since he's absolutely perfect in that game. So I don't want anything to change from that. So yeah, and that's what I got for King DDD, and you've already seen his map. So we're gonna go up to space with Star Fox. Number 31, I have chosen Crystal because I want female representation, and just so we don't actually just copy Smash Brothers, and we include Falco, then Wolf, and then eventually Crystal. So I'm starting off with Crystal as the second Star Fox slot. There will be 4 slots for Star Fox, but that'll eventually be when we get higher in the area. So yes, we've only got one more fighter, but it will accompany 3 stage. I'm joking. It won't have 2 stages, but still. But now let's look at the final 2 stages before showing off this final character for the main roster. For Crystal, I have chosen Cornea because Cornea has to be the perfect next map after the Great Fox, Earth, Space. So yes, now it's time for our final base roster character. And it's from a third party, and I guess you already know who it is because it's one of the most favorite ones. Number 32, Sonic the Hedgehog himself. So, I've decided to choose Sonic because he's awesome. Sonic is one of my favorite characters in Super Smash Bros. And his own games as a whole. Because, well, I like someone else, but like he's not even in the game yet. So, um, I've chosen Sonic just because he's an awesome character. And who doesn't love a fan favorite who's also really awesome? So yeah, that's why I have chosen Sonic. And now let's show his 2 maps following with him. I have chosen the 2 iconic locations, which are Green Hill Zone and the Death Egg. Because obviously I would most likely choose the 2 most iconic ones because I think that's most likely what Nintendo would do. So yes, that's what I got for Sonic. And he will have the exact same fighter stance as and fighter stuff as himself from Ultimate. So yes. So we're gonna go to our first DLC fighter because I'm covering both in this. So our first DLC fighter is from a very popular Mario character that has always been requested after Ultimate's release, and everyone's been begging for it. And one has begged me for so long to put him in it, and he finally will. Number 33, Waluigi. Sorry, I had to do it. I did like a unlisted video showing the Waluigi show, so I had to do it. So Waluigi is not my favorite Mario character, as you guys know, and no, it's not Daisy. It's actually from a Mario and Luigi game, but you have to guys you play the game so you actually know who the actual character is. So I've chosen Waluigi just because he's too much requested, and I feel like he makes sense as a Smash character. And just like Daisy, to stray away from Mario and Luigi, he will do some sports. He will have his tennis racket as his main attack. He will be smacking the ground. He will go full on nuclear as his Super Smash Ultimate Smash. So basically, he'll just go full Meme Lord and SMG4 and just attack everyone, and he will get, and Nintendo will have to get the rights to it. But I think SMG4 will just allow it. So yes. Next, you would expect it to be a Sega rap. There is one more Sega rap, but it's also kind of a Sega rap in a way. But they bought it not long ago. From the world of Angry Birds and Rovio, we have Red, the movie design. I know I literally saw a week ago a video specifically on this, and you would want the classic version. But like, it only makes sense because because Red. I know people don't have legs or proper arms, but like, it only makes sense to use the movie design because that's what Rovio would only agree with. So yeah, the only mobile gaming character will have his movie design. So I'm sorry, Jake Miller, but like, I this is the only way I can do it in this way. So yeah, we're gonna go to our next fighter, which is the other Nintendo property. It is a retro character, and he was originally in Melee. So let's see who we got. It is the one, the only, the awesome Mr. Game and Watch, because he's an awesome character, and he ultimately does deserve it. He does deserve the spot. He literally showed himself off and beat Bowser in like 20 seconds in the Super Mario Galaxy movie. That means he absolutely does deserve this spot, obviously, because he's awesome and he deserves the spot. Alrighty, you guys all been waiting for it. Is our final spot, number 36. But first, the 3 out the 4 maps. For Waluigi, I have chosen Waluigi Pinball to represent the Mario Kart games and also to represent Waluigi as a whole. For Red, I have chosen Pig City because you gotta represent the heroes and the villains of the Angry Birds series. For Mr. Game & Watch, it's obviously I chose Game & Watch. And it's finally our time for the final character, the other character from Sonic, who has been very requested as an Echo Fighter, but I think makes sense as an own character, who starts with the letter S. Shadow the Hedgehog has been chosen because makes sense. It's awesome and perfect. That's why I have chosen Shadow, and he will use Chaos Control as his main attack because he would use more of the Chaos Emerald because you gotta make it different from Sonic instead of just being the exact same thing. So that's why I have chosen Shadow. But I guess you want to know who is being cut. Well, obviously, there's two people that have to go, which are Meowscarata and Alear are both eliminated from Smash 4. Well, I mean Smash 3, but still. The next one who is going to be taken out is a new fighter. Sadly, I've decided to cut Ness from it. I'm so sorry, Ness, but Earthbound is not that popular to carry on to the next game. You'll be back another time. The next character I've decided to cut is Isaac because he doesn't have much PNGs in the Smash formula, so that makes no sense to include him in the next one. The next one is a little bit sad just because I don't think the limit. I think because the next cons literally won't because they're gonna have to do quick on it. The next person, and because of rights issues, I don't know if they might include them, which is Cloud. Sadly, I don't think Cloud will make it to the next game because not because I don't. I'm joking. Of course I'm not gonna cut Cloud. I will be cutting instead Isabelle because Isabelle doesn't really have much relevance left, and basically people would want the villager over Isabelle, so that's what I'm gonna let happen. Which means we have 3 more players to be cut. Sadly, the first one that has to go is Little Mac. Sadly, Little Mac will not have another game. He doesn't have any more games. He ain't that popular outside of Smash Brothers, which means I have to sadly cut him. The next the next character I'm gonna have to cut is Twin Tail because it's not popular. It's not not popular game, and like Arms is not popular anymore, so it makes sense to cut Twin Tail, who is the representation for it. Now this is tricky. Should I just keep with this cast? I guess so. This is the cast. I'm not cutting Red because I'm not cutting any of the DLC fighters since they just got in, and I feel like it doesn't make sense to cut them this late. So yeah. So this will be officially the cast. I've kept all the Mario reps. Odd, but yeah, like you see what I mean. Mario's the most popular, so it makes sense to not cut all of them. So yeah, Mario will be staying. Luigi will be staying. Peach will be staying. Yoshi will be staying. Bowser will be staying. Daisy will be staying. DK will be staying. Samus will be staying. Captain Falcon will be staying. Fox and Crystal will stay. Pikachu will stay. Pokemon Trailer will stay. Inklings will stay. Marth will stay. Kirby will stay. King Dedede will stay. Link, Ganondorf, and Zelda will all stay. Pit and Starmie will stay. Waluigi, Red, and Wario will stay. Cloud, Sonic, Mr. Game & Watch, and Shadow will all stay. So let me show you the roster for now, which will have, say, 45 players. So, this is the Brawl roster. So basically, there isn't 36 players here. There only are 29 who are staying and 12. No, wait, it's got to be more. It's way more than you think. Let's just say that there was 7 cuts, and yeah, there's more now, and I've done it from like Shadows 36 all the way up to 52, which won't be its cast. It's 45 players, and there was 36. There was now 29, and basically now from 29 you got 16 new players joining in. Sorry, my headset keeps on dying on me, even though it's at 100% charge. So, thing is, I will choose half the cast. I will choose the first 8 players. So from 37 all the way up to 44, I will be choosing. And then you guys have the choices from 45 all the way up to 52. If you guys want to see this early, well, I mean, see the cast, well, my choices only. I will choose your choices in the video. So, but for now, this is the cast. And yeah, this took way longer than I thought it would take. But I'm very happy to what happened during this video, and this is the best I've got. So I'm not making it giantly enlarged. This is just what I would think would make sense, and I don't want to do something like Edison Benz are doing with the Super Smash his thing with every single character and thing it fully explained. So like, and it's like 4 hours long. So yeah, okay. Well, that's it from me. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in Brawl. Goodbye.